how technology is redefining financial services, decision making, and career pathways. From artificial intelligence to fintech innovations to blockchain and data driven finance, the financial ecosystem is undergoing a profound shift, one that demands new skills, new strategies, and new ways of thinking. To guide us through this informative journey, we are honored to have Dr. Sumit Gupta, Professor and Associate Dean, IQAC at UPS, as our profound speaker. With his rich academic experience and deep insights into quality assurance, innovation, and digital enablement, Dr. Gupta will share valuable perspectives on how finance is evolving in this digital age. Dr. Gupta, please do have some words for our students, for our joinees.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Komal, for a nice introduction. I welcome all the participants to this wonderful journey of technology. I mean, as we know, technology is upcoming everywhere. So why not finance field as such? So today's discussion will be revolved around what kind of digitalization tool we are using or how we are shaping the finance across the globe. So this journey is not of today or tomorrow. This journey has been started from 1950 onwards. Now we came to know more apparently when pandemic has come and hit the India. So that is the way of discussion that I will carry on forward. So now I'll hand over to once again the moderator to for the further discussion.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gupta, for your kind words. I believe that this would be an enriching session. So, we invite all participants to actively engage, reflect, and explore how digital transformation is not just a technological shift, but a strategic and cultural one for the future of finance. So, let's begin this enriching conversation and step into the future of finance together. So, Dr. Gupta, over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I always start, by indicating that whatever our mind can conceive and believe, mind can achieve. Meaning thereby, who thought that such a apparent way digital transformation will come to the place. So this is the brainchild where we actually work and where do we actually apply. So uh, whenever we talk about transformation, not to forget the transformation has been revolved through industry revolution. So starting from industry revolution 1.0 to industry 5.0, it's the longest journey we have faced ever. So so whenever we talk about industry 1.0, when industry has been evolving in terms of productivity, in terms of faster mode of transportation, agile supply chain, and so on. Whenever industry actually feels that no, we also need some kind of technological intervention, whereby industry 2.0 actually come into play. So Industry 2.0 talks about, electrical technology. It means that now power grid come into play, engines, telecom, communication, industry starts evolving. So coming from steam engines to electrical to petroleum, that is the way forward technology is coming up. But that technology is in terms of industry input, industry requirement. Now Industry 3.0 is very, very apt reason. Industry 3.0 is a midway where we talks about IT, information technological interface, whereby we got to know that robots have come into play, renewable energy in terms of solar, wind have come into play, automation has been started, or globalization has come into play. So industry 3.0 is a major part that come into play from a mid path, right? It's a mid path. Now going forward, industry 4.0. So if I really take this as a right forward, so moving from industry 1.0 to 2.0 to 3.0 is a journey, whereby industry 3.0 actually talks about, IT interface has been started. Right now, whenever we take a journey ahead, industry 4.0 came into place. Now, industry 4.0 we talks about smart. It's a smart technological usage. It means industry 3.0 we have technology, right? Industry 4.0 we have integration. So we are integrating technology with the day life. It means who thought about smart buildings, who thought about talking about internet of things, cloud computing as a database for storage of data, cloud servers, right? Who talks about drones, cognitive computing facility. Lot of development took place in industry 4.0. Now, when we talk about Industry 4.0, it is further enhanced with the interface of AI, artificial intelligence, which is further repositioned or other positioned as machine learning and deep learning. So, talking about technology, narrow AI, generative AI that come into play, quantum computing, large language models, right? A lot of things took place in Industry 5.0. Reason is that we try to focus on sustainable solution for industry, right? So that way, industry revolution actually took place. So starting from Industry 1.0 to Industry 2.0, that's a basic development in terms of industry. No, I'm not saying that development doesn't take place initially. It took place, but but present at present point of time, if I talk about present today, we are majorly into industry 5.0. Reason, and reason is that we want technologically embed into our solutions. Now we are not stopping here. You know that industry or AI is further going into develop. So you who knows that immediately we have industry 6.0, right? So we never know that, and you all are the budding solution providers. So we believe that today's generation will take it forward and further develop the solution. So this is the journey of industrial revolution from 1.0 to 5.0. So, I will majorly focus on Industry 5.0 because I said earlier, a lot of development took place in terms of artificial intelligence, took place in terms of industry revolution. Now, if I talk about Industry 5.0, I have categorized it into seven basic development which took place. Number one is AI, cyber security, cloud computing, augmented and virtual reality, Internet of Thing, big data and automation. Now question comes, why I'm talking about these technologies to you? Because without going into these technology, I do not know how do I interface in my financial solutions. Right? You know that today's chatbots are solution providers. Right? Today's virtual banking took place. But how? It is the use of AI and deep learning. So unless and until I'm clear about those features which are actually used, difficulty will come. So the first one is AI, artificial intelligence. I said you earlier, like creating videos, audios, avatars. You know avatars very well, digital avatars. Talking about chatbots, right? I hope you know that. Say for example of HDFC Bank. You log into HDFC Bank once you're their customer, their chatbot is directly active. Just said to HDFC chatbot, say just a hello. Chatbot start asking, say Mr. X, I welcome you to HDFC Bank. What service you want? Choose your language, then go to you want account services, deposit, withdrawal, or any other query you have. Chatbot is linked to your account. Right? What is that? This is the use of AI for facilitating the customer. That is called as narrow AI, right? But through this AI, if I want to access my account and give the human intelligence to that AI, that becomes a generative AI. Got it? That is AI usage into specifically into finance. I mean, understand the dynamics. right? We are providing solution to the customer without coming to the bank. What is that? That's actually digital transformation. Earlier, we used to go to bank and ask the questions. Now, who is answering? Chatbot. If chatbot is unable to answer a particular query, chatbot directly give a link to your customer care executive. That's what happening. So that is that is really a development. Number two, if I talk about cyber security, you know that systems become more connected and resilient. In that case, no doubt, question of cyber security comes against hacks, right? Against power outages or cyber threats. No doubt, cyber security is very apparently taken care of. How? Because nobody can access your account without getting your linkage to your chatbots or your unique OTPs, that right? Or passwords. That is cyber security. They are cyberly, they are secured in terms of account usage. That's why it is always being said that do not give access to your account online or on chatbot to anyone, because only you know the which number is connect to what OTP or what solution provider, right? I'm not saying that it is 100% secured, but it is more depend upon the customer orientation, right? Third, cloud computing. Now, cloud-based solutions are very important. You know about cloud database where we are able to store the data, right? In terms of server providing server storage software. But please understand, cloud computing is centralized or semi-centralized, which is controlled by a service or cloud provider. Fine. Now please understand that cloud computing is based upon actually big data analytics or web hosting, because like Amazon Web Services, right? Google Cloud. So these is the very relevant tools in terms of cloud computing. Now moving forward, the use of augmented reality and virtual reality. Now please understand, augmented reality and virtual reality are very important in terms of usage, right? Let me give a quick understanding. If I talk about virtual reality, it talks about to create computer generated or immersive environment, right? For example, I look any airport virtually. I can see my bank virtually. So virtual reality is a key component of metaverse. But if I talk about augmented reality, augmented is the extension of virtual in the sense that I'm superimposing information to the real world. Right. I look at my virtual bank is there, but if I put my account number, I'm able to interact with my account detail as well. That is what augmented reality. Now, at present point of time, I'm using many places. I'm using mixed reality, combining virtual and combining augmented. Now, many of the airports in India are connected to MR. Even bank like HDFC Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Axis Bank, Yes Bank, they all are connected to mixed reality, right? Now coming to Internet of Things, right? If we talk about Internet of Things, it is what? It is a network of devices, right? Now we are embedding sensor, connecting with software and hardware. That is the part of Internet of Things. That is really very important to understand, because Internet of Things is largely used in finance section as well. Right, this is important, really important to understand how actually IoT works. Now, as I said earlier, Internet of Things is used in finance in terms of risk assessment. It means by using IoT, we are able to give usage-based insurance, even like pay as you drive, like motor insurance. Similarly, fraud detection, wealth management, smart payment, right? Contactless payment, operational, they are more efficient, regulation. So that all is the part of IoT. So if I talk about Internet of Things, this refers to connection of devices with sensors and software. In finance, if we talk about your Indian system of finance, IoT is transformation like anything. It is used specifically for assessment of risk, personalized services, fraud detection, and management of your digital assets. Right? This is really, really very, very important. Now, moving forward, the use of big data. Big data is very important because we have a lot of data in terms of structured or in terms of unstructured. Now, without using analytics, processing of data, I cannot take my decision. So, big data we connect to analytics, then compare to decisions. For example, if you talk about usage of big data in finance, this is very, very large. You know that because we have a large base of customers, right? So how to get their analysis being done. So specifically in terms of customer analytics, their spending pattern, customer preferences. I mean, see, if I spend a lot in terms of buying, so by default, I am converted to a Imperial customer for a HDFC Bank. What is that? This is customer analytics and customer personalization, right? Similarly, through big data, we use algorithmic trading. It means we have a large volume of data and news data. Based upon data, we are able to optimize our portfolio by using predictive analytics. Very, very important. Similarly, we have a regulatory compliance, regulatory technology through machine learning, through machine learning, or by using generative AI to regulate or to govern it, right? So big data is very, very largely used in terms of compliances or in terms of customer data analysis. Similarly, automation, so machines, drones, robots, right? uh, okay, so I just give you a overview part how industry 5.0 is evolved, because without talking these technologies, difficulty will come to understand how technologies are interfacing. Right. So let me quickly move ahead, because I will not talk about much about analytics because okay. Now let me quickly talk about my finance section, because now I will try to interface between technology. May I ask our moderator to have any question from the participants before we talk about tech and finance?
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for letting us know about how the Industrial Revolution is reshaping finance into a more intelligent, connected, and a resilient function. So, sir, we have some questions, but I believe that we'll take questions at the end so that it will not hamper our ongoing discussion. Now, my
Yes.
next question to you, sir, is that how it is linked with the fintech. So, now let's be focus more on the fintech aspects. So, we want
Correct.
your inputs on that.
Correct. Thank you so much for this. A very, very apt question. But coming to if I see some of the chat question, somebody has asked me the Tableau software. Yes, you can use Tableau. Tableau is a open access software. You can use that, and believe me, talking about machine learning or IoT, you have to understand technology well to apply on your interface. So coming to now what Dr. Komal has asked me. So if I talk about fintech or technology, understand that now we are putting technology with finance in terms of application, processes, product, business model. Why? Because whenever we interface technology with the finance, the purpose is increasing efficiency, right? That is very, very important, whereby we use blockchain, cloud computing, right, or IoT. That is very, very important to understand, because we are interfacing technology with the financial world, right? Meaning thereby, now we are delivering financial services in a faster, cheaper, secured way, right? Give you example. You know about digital payments? right? Like QR codes, UPI, what Google Pay, through Google Pay, Phone Pay, what is that? Fintech, right? Okay, like lending card, use of credit services, that is AI based score, AI based credit rating. Similarly, uh, similarly, we talk about robo advisors, right? Which or online trading platform. Okay, in terms of Zerodha, Upstock, I hope you know about these are wealth techs, right? Where they are online trading platform. Similarly, we have insurance tech, technology with insurance like Echo, Policy Bazaar, right? Similarly, I talk about blockchain, where we store data in a decentralized ledger format. Like similarly, we have a smart contract, okay, or we have non-fungible token use like or centralized, I mean, or CBDC like Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? Similarly, we have Neobank. I hope you heard about Neobank, that are digital only banks that provides app-based services like Jupiter, Neo. So, I mean, understand that technology is very vast in terms of combining finance with tech. Just give a recap to that. I talk about digital payment, digital lending, wealth technology, blockchain and crypto, neo banking, insurance tech, all is the part of fintech. So fintech is very vast, very, very upcoming field because everywhere we use tech. And believe me, if you really use in your day-to-day operation, you really feel great. I hope you see a lot of things happening in the present world in terms of usage. So, I mean, if you feel financial technology is really, really revolving the way we actually functions. Okay, so that is the way, I mean, that is the way I really understand. So, if I give you a much deeper insight to that, if you look at the coverage of financial technology, now not only payment, investment, financing, insurance, advisory, cross selling or cross process, combining or linking to retail banking, corporate banking, private banking, right? Linking to customer, business to business. Understand that fintech is combining processes. So we have a one-way process, customer, there is a close interaction, but midway who's using that? That is the technological interface, right? I mean, believe me, down the line, every one of us are access to fintech, but we do not know what is that actually is. I mean, I believe that down the line, I mean, everybody is using digital payment solution. Why not? Then what is that? It's a technology, and believe me, technology is very, very upcoming. I mean, this is 5.0 going on. Immediately, we are expecting that by mid of next year, we might have Industry 5.5. Then moving to Industry 6, right? Because developments are very fast undergoing, right? So this is I mean, so fintech coverage is very, very vast. Okay, now if you look at that customization, now in technological interface, we have customer is a central point, then we have data, we apply, we compute, and then we apply in terms of solution providers. Previously, we don't have any kind of computation or customized solution to the customer, right? Now, okay, now we are basically focus on only a product. Now here we focus on customized solution to the customer in terms of wealth services, or in terms of insurance services, or in terms of AI based lending services, or instant loan, digital payments. They all are being apparently focused, right? Now, so what is that? So I say that we are combining technology. We are also aligning with the compliances. It doesn't mean that we are light by regulation. Compliance we are doing. Okay. Now, why I'm saying so, at present point of time, we are being Central Bank of India is really positioned to follow five basic principles. Understand very clearly. So that is called a LASIK principle. So low margin. We know that we start with a low kind of margin, but if this is really applicable, there is a endless margin we can generate. But we have to start with tech. Number two, asset light. We are using existing infra, and then we are putting or imposing digital solution to that. So we are asset light, scalable. We can anytime scale it to large, but initially we start with low margin, low scale, but it is scalable. As you add technology, there is a there's a very high chance to get a high scale solution. Similarly, it is innovative. You know innovative very well because I'm using disruptive technologies, like I'm using IoT, I'm using big data, become innovative. And no doubt it is compliance easy. No doubt whatever we are doing, we are doing compliance with the government regulations, right? So these five are basic principle which every tech has to kept in mind, be it a fintech or other techs we are using. I mean, if I am providing digital solution, lending, borrowing, deposit, or any services, I am actually kept in mind that I have to follow these five core principles in terms of LASIK. Right, so low margin, asset light, scalable, innovative, these all are kept in mind while talking about fintech solutions. I mean, I hope you are able to understand the way. Now, please understand that technology is not like, nobody use. It is the way we live, the way we work, the way we play. Now, I'll give you example to that. If you go to today's banking solutions, are they really changed or not? They are really changed. With a one click, I hope I can get the entire data or entire way to my present account. Very important. I mean, it's a very easy, just a single typing, I can get my solutions. So it is the way we live, way we work, and the way we play. This is really remarkable. Now, if I talk about digital transformation, right? Uh, in terms of we are combining human intelligence in machines, because now machines are programmed to think and learn like humans. So if I understand my customer need in terms of customer services, or in terms of uh, or in terms of uh, or in terms of lending, for example, because see, for example, if one time I have made any payment of any bill through Google Pay, next time if bill generated, the Google Pay will automatically reflect me your bill is pending for payment. What is that? Right. It means that we are adding AI to the digital solutions. Now, not only AI, even digital contracts, smart contracts are very aptly used in terms of solution providers. So my slides in gradually cover up all basic technologies. Got it? Now, what kind of stock we need to invest, or what kind of how we have to manage the wealth portfolio optimization can also be done digitally, right? Now, moving forward, now I said you earlier, AI is not today's development. AI has been developed from 1956. It means starting from John McCarthy. So AI is actually, developed since long. Now, now we are talking about in 2022 about ChatGPT, right? So Google Apps, IBM Deep Blue, right? Chatbot. First chatbot was developed in 1966. Imagine. And now we talk about in India about ChatGPT or chatbot. Okay, so development took place. I'm not denying, but that is there. So, right. So, presently we are using technology to provide digital solution to the customer in terms of how to manage your wealth. Now, and imagine that I invest into fund, into any fund, right? Say mutual fund. I get my return. I get to know what return I am generating, what's the market baseline, but how? Without using technology, difficult to understand the solutions, right? Development of AI. Okay, so that's what I'm saying about. Dr. Komal, do we have any further questions, or before I jump into narrow AI, generative AI, and using finance?
Yeah. So, sir, very well explained the importance of, AI in finance. We have a question from Sovik. He's asking, sir, for wealth building like SIP, mutual fund, investment technology can help customers. I mean, advise how to invest based on his financial condition or in stock market also. So, do we have
Okay.
any AI impact on that?
Perfectly, very nice question. I thank Savik for giving me giving a good question. So, if I talk about use of AI in mutual fund, very widely used, right? So, it talks about if I talk about AI in mutual fund, for example, which asset I will select, which stock I will select, what timing I have to invest. That is, AI will analyze that data and give me the pattern and let me know market is going what direction. So AI can be AI can be aptly used in industry, specifically for mutual fund in terms of stock pattern, market pattern, asset selection, right? I mean, technically speaking, even I also use AI for investing in the market mutual fund or commodity market because I cannot track the market in the right away. So I need data analysis. Similarly, we have a robo advisor services, right? For example, so AI driven robo advisors in terms of so they recommend me which mutual fund is suitable for me, keeping into mind my risk profile, right? For example, pension funds, right? Based upon my age, it knows what age profile I can have, what kind of risk. So they always ask me my risk, my goal, my time. Accordingly, they give me a mutual fund scheme solution. Got it. Similarly, talking about use of predictive analytics. Through predictive analytics, we are getting to know the fund performance. Fund performance by using the historical and real-time data. Right. So that way we use. Right. So I mean, it is very vastly used in terms of AI in mutual funds or wealth management. I give you example to that. I hope you have heard about Zerodha, right? Zerodha is very commonly used platform for mutual fund. So what Zerodha does? Zerodha uses AI and data analytics, right? So studying behavior, risk appetite, they use AI and data analytics specifically. So they have a AI based recommendation. Similarly, we have a SBI mutual fund chatbot, right? Or I hope you're understanding because there are lot of companies, they are using AI to provide AI based solution, right? Similarly, we have uh, HDFC Mutual Fund AI chatbot base, ICICI Prudential Mutual Fund same chatbot base. Now, one important, Axis Bank is a bit different. Axis Mutual Fund is based upon behavior analytics. So they use AI to analyze behavior. how I invest categorically, right? How, what is my pattern of investment? Accordingly, they provide me solution, right? So Access uses it, and Nippon, I heard about Nippon India Fund, they also use predictive. Now, if you go to globally like JP Morgan, right? They use AI models. Similarly, Fidelity Investment uses AI. Okay, so Goldman Sachs, they uses Kensho AI, right? So lot of companies across the globe, they also use AI analytics, predictive analytics to talk about, right? I mean, somebody has raised a question about quant fund. I mean, I agree to that. Quant fund uses mathematical model, right? They are also based upon data, AI, machine learning. I truly agree, because AI is a quant fund is a type of mutual fund actually, right? Because that mutual fund also uses mathematical model, statistical technique, algorithm rather than human interface, right? So, Vivan, you are very, very right talking about quant fund, because we have a lot of data. So we need to check value, momentum, volatility, quality, liquidity. So quant fund is a very right. You are very right in terms of quant. So if you talk about quant fund in India, we have small cap fund, active fund, DSP fund. Globally, we have DE Shaw, etc., etc. So a lot of funds are used globally in terms of AI. So over to you, Komal. I mean, have any further question to the? Any partner have further question to that?
Thank you, sir. So just to reiterate the things. So as you told, technology, especially AI, can help in wealth building by analyzing the customer's income, expenses, goals, and especially the risk appetite. Then on those basis, it recommends suitable, SIPs, mutual funds, and even sometimes the other investment options as well. So we have more questions in the chat box, but can we proceed ahead? Because as you were discussing more about the types of AI, in the chat box we have, how frauds generate in finance. Is it possible using AI to detect those frauds? So it is more related to the cyber crimes and everything. So it's up to you, sir. You want to take the question now or at the end of the webinar?
Okay, okay. I just give a one small example what we talk about, but I give you my example as well, because when I start my investing in the pension fund, so what happened when my age was early ages, so my AI suggests me to go for equity only. Now as my age increases, the equity is shifted to debt now. So it is by default I get understanding, yeah, AI is looking at my age as well, or my behavior as well. Now, right now, going to the question of AI detection fraud. Now, what AI does? So AI based fraud detection. Actually, they use pattern recognition, or they use machine learning. Now, meaning thereby, by pattern, AI understand what is the transaction behavior of a customer. So it flags me by amount, location, and timing where fraud may occur. Or it also uses like suddenly we withdraw very large withdrawals, multiple failure login attempt, right? Transition from unusual locations. So AI detect these anomalies and try to see that is it I am doing or somebody else is doing, right? So that we take care of. Similarly, machine learning model uses the past fraud cases, and they become more, and they try to see is it really happening today as well, right? So similarly, real-time monitoring. It means AI scans millions of transactions instantly, so that we are able to detect the fraud before it actually occurs. So monitoring, detection, pattern recognition are largely used, right? In terms of, so either we talk about digital payment, or if we talk about banking sector, or we talk about mutual fund sector, we do that. For example, I give you example, Mastercard, right? So Mastercard and Visa, They also use AI for fraud detection. Now, PayPal similarly uses a machine learning. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank uses AI. Similarly, American Express also uses AI for assessing of customer behavior, right? I mean, so understand that frauds are very, very critical, because if we do not see, we really talked about. Now, I told you earlier, if I talk about development further for Industry 6.0, we talk, so somebody's asked a question. So it will basically focus on ethical, sustainable, in terms of AI plus EI, emotional intelligence. That is hyper personalization, based upon based upon more sustainable in terms of circular economy models, right? It will use advanced AI, digital twins, quantum computing, right? So it is under development phase, correct? So that way we can go for it. Now I quickly go for, I told you earlier, we talk about narrow AI and generative AI. Narrow AI means we have actually commands, right? Like Alexa, right? Or Cortana, right? So or Bixby, command based. But generative AI is basically we try to emulate human mind and behavior. So whenever we talked about how human mind will actually functions to that, so that is a part of generative AI. Uh, yes, somebody using talking about network security in AI. I hope the question is correct, right? Definitely, I mean, network security is a concern for everyone, right? Because if we do not have network security, issues will come. So, network security, yes, AI plays a vital role, right, in terms of threat detection, anomaly detection, or called as IDPS, intrusion detection and prevention system, or malware protection, predictive security. Lot of things are happening in terms of detection, right? Yes, correct. Somebody's talking about Gemini, Chat GPT. Yes, correct. Now, moving forward, I told you earlier, machine learning understand. Machine learning uses algorithm to learn pattern. Like example given to you, we give feature, we give a pattern. I understand it is a car, but if I use a deep learning, I use artificial neural network to understand it is a car. So machine learning is really, really important to understand. Okay, fine. So, I mean, see, it's a lot of thing to cover because it's a very, very vast platform. Okay. Okay, let me cover a basic part, then I will take up your questions as well. Okay, so talking about supervised learning, unsupervised learning, supervised is more specifically where we have a trained model, right? Because things are input is as such. But if I talk about unsupervised learning, it means that we have a multiple data, but data is not categorized, right? So we have to understand or use neural networks to understand how things are actually I mean, understand the model and then try to see it's a car, right? Or it has multiple other things are actually added, right? So please understand that it is, see, for example, you use Amazon, right? I mean, we have a large number of customer daily open Amazon or Meesho. Now the data is unsupervised, right? Unsupervised. So we have to use network and to understand what customer data it is, what are their behavior patterns. Okay. Now somebody's asked question AI, ANI and AGI. AI, ANI is artificial narrow intelligence and AGI is artificial general intelligence, right? So understand that AI is more specific task based. Okay. But AGI is intelligence with human level. I mean, human level interface. So, right. So if I talk about GPT-4, GPT-4 is based upon ANI. Okay. So, right. So these things I'll cover up later on because I mean, I have to give you some glimpse of metaverse as well. Okay. That actually we know, I mean, we very, very categorically what is GPT in chat GPT? That is generative pre-trained transformer that everybody knows. Okay. Now, LLM model. Now, please understand that for any deep learning algorithm, because we use deep learning for giving solution to the customer in banking as well. So we use the background is large language models, right? So I will not go into detail for large language models, but they are giving, they are recognized, they are able to recognize, summarize, translate, predict, generate content as per customer requirement. Okay. Okay. Now let's move ahead because LLM is a very, very large part. I hope Praveen has asked a question in terms of how to implement financial AI advisors in organization based trust and criteria. Please understand, in any organization we have AI enabled robo advisors, right? So these robo advisors can support to organization in terms of providing uh, solutions, and they are more trustable solutions, right? So I'm not denying that, but robo advisors has to be given the human intelligence so that they are able to provide solution as per the customer requirement, right? So very, very nice question being asked in terms of trust, because for everyone trust is a issue. Okay, so this is a very, very strong and contemporary question because this is the core of any organization. So trust has to build up. So AI can, but robo advisor has to be trained. Okay, in terms of human intelligence, in terms of ethical alignment, in terms of ethical AI principle like fairness, consent based data usage. Okay, that all we can do in terms of robo advisors, right? Now, so by way we get to know AI is omnipresent, right? Now, now I told you earlier AI in finance is very, very widely used. I just give the example to you about have you seen the Adya? Adya is a automated dost for your assistance, which is for Indian Bank. So chatbot, AI algorithm are very, very widely used, right? So, I mean, today's my session is based upon finance only because oil and gas, if I touch upon, is a very, very large kind of domain. So, I take a separate session on AI in oil and gas. But very point well taken, it will be our next webinar. So, presently, from effective to efficient to productive, I can. Right. Now, please understand AI. Now, I said you earlier, big data is having very large, complex data. Complex data. So, we use analytics with data and take decisions. Okay. Uh, just I take one more question. What Vipin has asked. Uh, uh, I agree to you. These models should be used in power sector to get AI based transmit alter, but it will take time. Reason because your AI system has to be trained in terms of what power we are generating and what power we are transmitting. Because please understand, smart grid has to align with AI. You know, we have a smart grid, right? That has to be aligned. I'm not denying, but I really feel, I really feel if it is being done, not more than that. It's a greater solution in terms of detecting any kind of failure or any kind of other issues that can be done. Now, I said you earlier the concept of metaverse. I know, you know, technology is very vast. It's not covering only AI or deep learning. I hope you heard about metaverse largely, isn't it? Right. So, what is that? 3D enabled digital space. You know that, which uses virtual reality, augmented reality, and other advanced solutions. Not exactly. We can use laptops which are not high end, which are customized to my requirement. Okay, correct, Vivanji. I agree to your question that even smart metering system is not presently being done for all, so it is underway. Okay, so very important metaverse and future of finance. Critical to answer. So please understand that metaverse has revolved the industry like anyway. So banking, fintech, and you know that metaverse will make industry up to multi-trillion by 2030. Large development. Even the report given by Goldman Sachs, which talks about virtual economy. Okay, so cross-border payment, financial asset creation, linked to that. Now, if I talk about financial services in metaverse, please understand that we use term called as MetaFi. MetaFi is comprising of centralized finance, which we have earlier, traditional, which we have earlier. Now we are having decentralized. So we uses blockchain to keep the data, right? Now, I hope you know that metaverse is based upon Web 3.0, and you know that we use smart contracts. Now whenever we buy and sell anything in a smarter way, what do we get? Normally we get a digital currency called as NFT, non fungible tokens. Is a kind of digital asset, right? If we want to create any digital asset further or any collectible through smart contract, those NFTs can be used. Those NFTs can be used, right? So very apt to use NFT. I mean, please understand that it is underway. I'm not saying it is further fully developed in terms of NFT usage through smart contract. It is underway of development. Got it? I already covered. Yes. I want to slightly give time to a blockchain. I hope you know blockchain very well. Blockchain means is a database where we keep data in a blocks, right? And data is chronologically arranged. Now, please understand that anybody who is the connect to blockchain, they can use the data, right? Or they can access to data. So blockchain is really important in terms of financial world, right? Because it is a decentralized digital ledger to record transaction, and once data is recorded on a blockchain, it cannot be altered. So transparency, trust, right? So if I talk about key features, decentralization. Immutability means record once added cannot be changed. Trust system secured by cryptography, right? Now, I mean, so blockchain is very vast usage in terms of finance, right? So you know that data is very important for financial world. Okay, so our payment, remittances, smart contract, clearing system, settlement system, right? Tempered proof KYC records, fraud detection, right? So, right. So, even RBI also uses blockchain inspired technology, right? Indian banks are using blockchain. Okay, so blockchain is very vast usage for data storage and data safety. Got it? Now I give you example to that. For example, I hope you heard about Ripple. This is for cross-border payment. Ripple uses blockchain for international money transfer. Got it? So it is I mean, it is very vast usage in terms of transaction. Even RBI uses digital version of CBDC, centralized currencies, right, system, right, digital version. So please understand blockchain usage is detailed in terms of database management system through transparent information process, right? So I mean, right, Dr. Komal, do you have any further question to be asked? I mean,
Yes, sir. There are many questions going on.
yes, please.
So some students are asking about the difference between digital currencies and the cryptocurrency. One of the student is asking,
Okay,
furthermore, is there any regulation on AI ethics and integrity do we have in finance? Okay,
wait a minute. First question you have asked about digital currency and virtual currency, right?
digital currency and cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Okay. Further more question, please.
So the next question is there any suggestion on regulation on, or is there any regulation on AI, especially with related to the ethics and integrity in finance?
Okay. So one question is of digital currency, cryptocurrency, and one on security,
And
right?
one
Regulations.
more on the difference between AR and VR. What is AR? What is VR? So we need to focus more on that.
Okay, so let me take a first question of digital currency and cryptocurrency. Please understand digital currency is centralized authority issuing. Issuer is centralized like RBI in India or Federal Reserve in US. But crypto is decentralized. Number two, digital is legal tender, but crypto is not a legal tender in many countries. Digital regulated, crypto mostly unregulated, right? Digital currency is more stable, backed by government. Crypto is volatile like Ethereum, right? Volatile and market driven, right? So, and digital we use for online payment, e-wallet, and crypto basically we use for investment, trading, peer-to-peer payments, right? Now, please understand crypto is having always a security concern, right? In terms of getting return, right? But majorly crypto is based upon blockchain ledger, so data is secured, right? But network is private and decentralized, right? Now let me take up next question of regulation in AI, right? This the question is
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I talk about AI regulation, we have a framework of laws, guidelines, standards, right? Now for example, in India, Niti Aayog has a AI policy. Then we have a DPDP, Digital Personal Data Protection Act. We have a specific act in India as well, talking about DPDP, Digital Protection and Digital Personal Act. Similarly, US we have a further guidelines. European Union we have a AI Act. So acts are being designed for having governance. Moreover, we have a central bank guidelines in terms of say RBI guidelines in India and other countries, right? So regulations are by default there, acts are in place. Now even many institutions in India they have a AI policy. So AI policy is very required in terms of finance because data is attached, customer is attached, right? So AI is very important in terms of policies, right? So we have a policy like DPDP I already discussed, right? Similarly, I mean lot of policy frameworks are also existing, right? one more thing, we have one more act called as GDPR, General Data Protection Regulation. But GDPR is a European Union regulation, right? So I hope for data privacy we have take a separate session, because again it's a very large domain to talk about what act, what guidelines, how they are connected. Say for example, what happen if a smart contract is breached? What happen if a contract is not governed or secured by the blockchain? So a lot of guidelines we need to discuss in terms of regulation. But correct, AI usage for various sectors is different. So if I talk about oil and gas, detailing required in a other way, right? So whenever we scheduled it, I'll take section on AI in oil and gas as well, right? Ma'am, over to you. Any further questions, please?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for answering. We have well noted the suggestions by our, joinees that need a separate session for oil and gas industry. So definitely, sir, we'll take the session. We'll plan accordingly, and also on the data privacy and ethics part. So, sir, one last question to you is, what is cloud computing? Because many a times we hear this word and how it is basically important with respect to the finance field.
Correct. Very right question, because we are somehow confused with cloud computing, right? So I tell you what cloud computing actually is. So cloud computing is a computing resources and services like server, storage, database, right? So if we talk about cloud computing, is a on-demand self-service. Right. On demand means that we are having computing resources whenever we need it. Okay. So whenever we need it. Now what we do, give me a second. Now, whenever we talk about cloud computing and blockchain, right? So we should also know that how they are being different. Right. I also explained you about the way we are working. Okay. So give me a second. Let me give a thought. How do I explain to you? Give me a minute. But before talk about that, so please see, cloud computing is also a storage. For example, Amazon Web Services. Similarly, every bank has a cloud base. Within cloud base data is stored in a blockchain format, right? So resource pooling or computing services is the part of cloud computing, like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. They are public clouds. Similarly, we have private cloud for single organization. Sometimes we have hybrid cloud combining public and private, right? So these cloud will provide you as a platform, as a service called as PaaS, like Google App Engine, right? So talking about finance in terms of cloud-based banking infrastructure, where we store data, where we have a processing of data, that all took place in terms of cloud computing. So cloud computing is very largely used for banks. Okay, and uh, and if I talk about difference of cloud computing and blockchain, let me give you example. Okay, now please understand, cloud computing is service, server, storage. Blockchain is also storage, but decentralized. Cloud computing is centralized, right? Data stored in a central server managed by a provider. But blockchain is decentralized. Multiple access points are there. Whosoever is authorized to do that. Okay. Moreover, in a cloud, data can be modified, but in blockchain, data is immutable. Once recorded, it cannot be altered. Right? Example. AWS. But in blockchain example is Ripple, right? Hyperledger. So maybe they are look by same by usage, but by definition, storage wise, both are different, right? So banks are using blockchain, understand? Okay. Yeah. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's a request by all of our joinees. Do we share the PPT session PPT with them after this webinar? If you allow us, we'll share with our students because they need to gain more insights about these, terminologies which are more, the call of, today's the era.
Sure, sure. Maybe it can be
So
done. I hope somebody's asked one question is that do fintech is a specialization after graduation? See, I don't know about other institution, but very few institution provide fintech specialization. Now, very right, but please do that. Explore it because fintech is the upcoming. I mean, if you don't do a tech-based learning, difficulty will come down the line because industry is revolving. So this is very way and I mean taking to my session, if you use your personal observation, I hope every one of us using AI in our daily finances as well, right? Just only view is that we are not observing, but my request, please get your platform secured so that you are not digitally arrested, because I hope you know that daily we're getting news about digital frauds. As technology is vibrant, we have to be more secured and safe to ourselves and to our nation. So this is that's all from my side. uh, I further pass on to Dr. Komal for closing remarks.
thank you. Thank you so much, sir. We have more questions in the chat box, but because we have the time constraint, so we won't be taking more of the questions. Soon, we all will be in touch again on the ethics part and the other parts of the AI. So it was truly a privilege for me to moderate today's session. My sincere thanks to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Sumit Gupta, for his insightful, thought provoking, and enriching discussion. His perspective on how technology is reshaping the finance ecosystem added immense value for all of us. So, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the participants as well for their enthusiastic presence and active engagement in the chat box. Your questions and interactions made the session lively and meaningful. So, looking forward for many more engaging and impactful conversations ahead. I pasted one link in the chat box for the feedback. So, I request all of you to please submit the feedback so that we know that what are the things going on and what you think about these sort of the master classes and webinars we have for you. So, thank you. Have a nice day, all of you. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, all my UPS online team who is here. Thank you. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much, Komal ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you.